Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to an episode of Motorsport Manager FIA 2020 mod. We're here with the new gearboxes for Viscal and Viscor with MP Motorsport. As we're going to go with a wet race in Munich, as you can look ahead. Gearboxes way more developed, of course, now that Viscor is first. You've got to set him up before that. So let's hope that we can continue on that. Practice looks heavy rain. Qualifying looks dry on the other hand, and the race looks wet again. So let's see whether we can anticipate on it, and hopefully we can get a good result as well, because that is definitely what we need in order to stay on top of the championship. It's a short variation of the track, as we've got the reserve driver Lucas Dunner ready for simulating the practice session. That also gives him some room, and it will keep him happy to not leave us. Although it's a FIA 2020 mod, I've noticed that the dates are set to 2016, so it makes them look like Dunner is like 13, for scores like 14, while they're a little bit older now. And now we can see that the soft tires are, well, we drove a medium. Okay, that's good news. The letter was an 8.4 seconds. I don't know how that happened, but that is not good at all. Qualifying now, let's go. We haven't really learned a lot from it. We can definitely see that the downforce is poor, so we're going to increase that by a lot. The handling was poor, so we're going to set that as is. That's good. That's deemed good. Well, we're going to set that acceleration then. That looks good, although he's unhappy with the downforce level, so we'll give him that. Thinks that is okay. Well, let's see what he thinks of it now when we take the qualifying session. Just going to send Viscal out. A couple of seconds later, we're going to send Viscal out. First guys out on track. Gives him a proper advantage. Hopefully, if nobody interferes with him during the outlap. Looks to be all good. Yeah, that's nice. Straight for the get-go. Viscal feels well. 123.6 and Viscor 0.8 of a second. It's a choice. Viscal is still fastest, so he's got to have a fast car. 91%. He's got to be happy with that. Good, good. Well, I don't really know how I can prove it. We can only try send him out again. Hopefully this time with it even switched up setup. Just giving it a tap more downforce. And the score is just good, but somehow it does have a bad feeling about it. In the driving measure, Viscal still feels awesome. That's good news. Don't know what's going on with Viscal. He's first in the championship, so he should be feeling cocky. Or maybe he's really distracted by it and thrown off by it. Looks like he can still improve. And he doesn't. Viscal on the other hand feels great and looks to be feeling great, even sharpens at time. The score has to start in 11th. It's a little bit of a bummer considering what happened, but maybe he is feeling the pressure that might get to him. Let's hope it doesn't, but Viscal's feeling well. He's got first position, pole, so that's good news. Down the back, Liam Zandelli 1.2 seconds down with Alexander Smolyar. And some of these drivers just really are paid drivers. Just got to acknowledge that fact. It's not nice to say, but it's the best way to describe it. I'm just going to get started. Of course, Viscal has to go there. I'm going to let Viscal push a little bit, not too much, since he's in the mid of the pack and things can happen. So let's see if Viscal can really focus on it. And we're off. Can he keep that lead into turn 1? Well, it looks to be easy for him. Question is, how's the score getting on? Not pushing too far, so hopefully he can find some positions. Meantime, Ben Viscal has already got 1.5 seconds. 1.8, 1.7. Once he's got 2 seconds, we'll let him ease down a little bit, and he's got that. Well, let him ease down in. No need to push anymore. Viscore now already up to 10th. That's good news as well. Still got to allow him to push a little bit onwards. He's in the points, but he's still not feeling well when it comes to driver form, and Viscore's just feeling fantastic. Well, that's what you want to have. And now Viscore already had a great handling car. Now you might even find it more easy to get there. 1.1 form increasing as the race goes on. Can't allow him to push that much anymore. In the meantime, Viscore's got 2.4 seconds ahead of Frederick Vesti and 4.8 seconds to Novalak. They can't follow the pace that Viscore is driving, and that's what we want to have. Whereas Viscore is getting into a rhythm now. He's fighting with Nikakari over that 8th position. It's a tough midfield pack, as you can tell. So try to go to the outside, lose the spot there for trying to Piastri. Well, that's the risk that you're getting and taking in racing. I'm going to take a look for the gaps. That possibly might or might not be there. Viscore still has opportunities though. It's 29 laps, so he's got more than enough time to make up the spots, and it's very, very close till Novalak. It's only 3 seconds, so he's got much of a window there in order to get to the podium still, and he needs those points if he wants to stay there. How is he doing? Viscore will take over the lead. Lawson is the next contender outside of Vesti. Lawson definitely the challenger there, and Viscore is now losing spots, and I'm wondering where that's coming from, considering he was doing so well. Doesn't look like this is his track for some reason. Pusher is on the medium tyre, Malvestiti's on the medium tyre, so they're going to be faster. Di Francesco as well. Now it's up to your task to get him, and hopefully he does by the end of this lap. And he does, but he's really smoking up his tyres. But I do want him to get by in order to overtake. But it's not easy for him, as I can see right now. So there's one more lap, but then I gotta put him in for those medium tyres. It's gonna be a 2 pit stop strategy. Well, Viscore's like sitting on a bed of roses there. It's really up to Viscore to make something of it, which undoubtedly will be hard. I think the right call was made to get them both in. There was enough room, enough time to do it. It's now up to Viscore to really push straight up. And still really much behind other people there. Fraga really escaping a penalty there for cutting a corner. And now Viscore just really got to push back into this. It looks like he's feeling a little bit better. Well, Viscore is dropping it on these medium tyres. Still cutting through the rest of the field. Still have to make the pit stops though. Of course, Vesti isn't that much behind, but he's still got to go in those mediums. But where is Vesti? Oh, he's already right behind. Ben Viscar, Smolio's keeping up. The score now, it's got to push a little bit. Now to keep those tyres hot. Now Viscore can still make some ups in time. What I'm seeing here is not good, because it's gonna go raining in a couple of laps, so we have the option to burn off a little more. And the faster he's gonna get to the front, the better it is. I'll just burn off those tyres. It's quite essential that we do that. going to do the same with Viscal now, because they're going to have to go to Inters in a couple of laps. So it doesn't matter. Viscal now on third. Already way too early on those Inters. And that's really kind of killed them off. First and second now. Oh, that's gonna make him last. I think that might have been the best situation for them. Third, seventh, ninth. Problem with the tyres. Damn it. Fittipaldi has crashed though in the meantime. Viscal is suited and booted. For the first place, we just got to find a way for Viscal to get back up, but it's so very difficult for him. As you can tell, because everybody's pushing those tyres to the limit. Viscal doesn't need to, but he's got to if he wants to see it through. It's not really working out for him. It's the only problem I have. If the score not getting any points, that's going to lose in the lead of the championship. In the meantime, Viscal is still leading ahead of Frederick Veste, then Liam Lawson, Clement Novak, Williams, Theo Picher, Kari Hughes, Fraga, Piastri, Mavastidi, and there's the score. Now what is he doing? Is he getting closer to them? That is what I'd love to know. The only thing that matters right now is for Viscal to get back into this before the end of the race. Fuel is low. The other ones have pushed these tyres way too much. That is going to cost them towards the end. Going to lose them a lot of grip, and that's when Viscal can still strike. I don't say that he needs to go on these wet tyres. So he's definitely punching it. Williams had to come in, and the other ones are really struggling now. I can still try and get Viscal to that. To those top spots. 9th. Should be possible though. It's 10th position. Well, the other one's tyres were gone, but he wasn't feeling too much better because it really got too wet. But on the other hand, we've got a second victory with Ben Viscal now the other way around. We've got Vesti and Lawson being on the finishing spot, but it was very close between Vesti and Lawson, as you can see, only 1/10 of a second. Other gaps that might be close, not really. It's really stretched out. Williams on the wets, and that didn't really work out for him as well. I think he might have gone too early, and that extra pit stop didn't help unless you really shredded the tyres. Let's take a look at the scrutineering. One person had a driver problem there was Igor Fraga. But nevertheless, you still make 10 positions up for you. Williams, though, very far to the back, -14. Not the way you want to end it there. So, podium consists of Viscal, Liam Lawson, Frederick Veste. Good results there. MP Motorsport with 2 victories, definitely leading the pack now. That's what we wanted. The next one will be Tondela, which is in Portugal. I think it might be based on the Circuito de Algarve, which has gotten a Grade 1 license, so they might have an opportunity to host the Grand Prix of Portugal in the future again, should they have it. And this is what I mentioned, 14, 15 and 16 of age. Well, of course, they're a little bit aged now. But, of course, first, again, 2.2 million in the bank. That's better news. That way we can develop our headquarters even better. Who won the F1 race? Vettel again. Vettel put up on the top step. Gasly again close to the podium. Things are going on here. Mercedes is far down. Red Bull with Verstappen far down. 5 points. Well, Albon's got 34, so that is very different lead there. Also can say that Primo's still up on there in the Formula 3. HWA Race Lab a little bit more down. That's not what we had expected. But that also brings us to the part of this episode where we're going to say goodbye. Second now at the car with these updates. Drivers are very well. They're second, so we should be able to place that on high. Sponsors top. Headquarters, we only got the staff and the pit crew to make up for it. Once we get that, we'd be unbeatable in the F3 sector. Setup was fine. We just had the engine turned down just to save up or any other gibberish that we can find. I thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like, comment on when you think the F1 season this year will be starting and which Grand Prix we'll starting it out with. And if you do like it, check out my playlist around Motorsport Manager. I've got more than enough and more than enough views on it. So check it out and I'll be seeing you next time. Until then, my name is Jeffrey Blight and make sure to subscribe. Goodbye.